to send 25 years to life in jail for something stupid when you can sit in a house and study. You know, if you got these cops rolling around, because it's their job, you know. Their job is to take bad people to jail. And if you're out in the streets and you get caught up in something, they don't know. So for them to find out, they're not going to let you go. They're going to lock you up and they're going to investigate. And when you investigate, it's like doing a research paper. How long is it going to take? And you're not the only subject that they need to investigate. And while you're sitting up in jail, you still got to go through the process of whatever it is, and you this and that and this and that. And then by the time they come to figure out that, oh, he's innocent, then you get out. They might give you $1 million, but is that still going to make you happy all them years you missed? You know, all because you trying to be cool when you're a fool. You know, fool for not. And I'm not saying you're a fool as in dumb now, but a fool for not educating yourself with free education that's out there already. So my point is not about not having sex. My point is about studying so you can have great sex, best sex, godly, like heavenly sex, if that's what you want to do. You know, because there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with not having sex. There's nothing wrong with having sex. There's something wrong with having sex and not knowing what you're doing, because they can have some serious consequences down the line. You know, you mess around a girl, you have a baby, she's not the one you really want to be with, you didn't really want to have a baby, you just wanted to go out there and screw around, you know, and you didn't even tell her, because there's a lot of women who want to screw around and don't want to have babies, and they just want to be with some guy that's handsome and everything, and instead of you talking, and you talking about, oh, I got game, I'm a gang, her, yo, baby, what's up, da 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 da, and she probably saying, why is this dude talking? You got just ask me. But you know, you want to be a clown and entertain and shit, like, all right, and then, you know, you might, you know, she might have abortion, or she might be one of the smart women that'll let you do everything, you know, and you just playing games and not even trying to, you know, you just sexing yourself, basically. You know, that's all you're doing. You know, I mean, you think about it. All you guys out there that's having sex, are you really communicating with your woman, or are you just doing what you're doing, and are you even thinking about the woman that you having sex with? You know, or are you thinking about some X-rated movie that you watched the other day, and so you fantasize in your head, you know, while you're doing it, instead of being with the woman, you know, you fantasize, and a lot of people fantasize, you know, and all I'm just saying is, this video is not about not having sex. It's about learning how to have great sex. It's about learning how to be able to communicate with women from every means possible. Because how many ways can you reach a point? How many ways can you arrive at a dot, one little spot? Infinite numbers of ways. You know, you come as a line, come as a vector, you come as a whole circumference, just make it smaller, whatever, you know. And just imagine how many lines go through one point, you know. So you're just wasting your time, you know. That's like out here in Japan, I got these two white guys. One is Tikio-san. I don't know if I should mention his name. He always called me sometimes talking about women and things, you know, because and I just don't know what to do. I said, just do this. One guy, he's from Mr. Chocolate, he called me the other day talking about how he went to this store with this one girl, and they bought some beer, and she said, well, where are we going to drink? He said, at my house. And Mr. Chocolate is white, dude, okay? And she said, no, I can't do that. And he said, no, it's okay. You know, and then she said, I can't do that. She just walked and left. And so he called me and said, what did you do wrong? And I said, well, you actually didn't do anything wrong. You know, and he said, the same thing happened last year, but some white guy said, oh, you should have been more, he said he did something wrong, basically. And I said, no, you didn't do anything wrong. When you talk to a girl, you can talk to her how you want, but you got to understand that your actions and how you respond is going to create a reaction in her. And so we were talking, we said something, he was saying like, someone said, the one of the guys said, you have to get them to feel comfortable and stuff like that. And I said, well, the whole thing is basically, like I tell like guys in my videos, if you want a woman, all you gotta do is walk up to her, like in Japan, you know, in America you can do the same, I'm sure you can do it. Walk up to her, put your hand out, say, hello, how you doing, let's go. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go all that baby stuff. That's all. You walk up to a girl, say, how you doing, and let's go. You know, and then she take your hand, just go. But that don't mean she might not ask you questions or why you doing that. She might investigate. Because, you know, there's, hey, if these thugs, guys, you guys out here jealous calling these guys thugs because they getting all the fine women, and you not, you know, then they might be thugs, but they educated thugs. And educated means that they understand. They got their PhDs in communication with women, and you don't, you know. And so I told him that. So basically I said, you didn't do anything wrong. I said, the only thing is I told him, I tell everybody, when you talk to a woman, all you have to do is get them to relax. And once you guys relax on the same plane, anything can happen. I said, so the only thing that happens was she was showing signs of not being relaxed, and you didn't catch on to it. And you don't have to make her relax, but it's best to make her relax. So maybe when she said, no, I can't do that, then you should have just said, well, what do you want to drink? You know, that's what one of my friends said. Well, he should just ask where, you know. But you should have, you know, but I wasn't even thinking of that. But one of my friends did say, well, why didn't he just say why to ask? And I said, yeah, I didn't think about that either. But the whole thing was, she was feeling uncomfortable, and you didn't make her comfortable. You didn't make her relax. And I said, what's your whole point? And he said, I want to get girls. And I said, why you want to get girls? He said, because I want to have sex. And I said, well, how do you have sex with these girls? And he said, well, I got to make them comfortable. And I said, bam. And I said, comfortable and relaxed. The last time I looked, they were synonyms, right? He said, yeah. I said, well, that's what you didn't do. She presented a situation where she was not relaxed in, and you didn't make her feel relaxed. And that's it. But you don't have to. You know, so you really didn't do anything wrong. It's just that you didn't do anything to continue your flow, you know. And that's it. So I said, so whenever you talk to guys and they say you did something wrong, then you should be wary of what they're saying, because they don't need to use those negative words to encourage you. All they got to do is just, because you don't really do anything wrong. It's just that when you're talking to girls, it's just that how do I say that? It's not that you did anything wrong. It's just that you didn't do what you were supposed to do at that time. You know. So in other words, you didn't stay on point. You know. So, and you know, he said, "Wow, okay, now I understand." You know, but that's the whole thing. If you're young and you're in high school, I mean, they got laws. You guys don't know this, but they got laws where you're not supposed to have sex with kids under 18 years anyway. So you guys shouldn't even be having sex. It's against the law to have sex in a lot of these countries and a lot of these states. And these laws have been there. And if you don't know it and you get caught, and you go to jail. You know, some places you can't even touch when you can't show any outside affections. And if the wrong person says something, you can get in trouble. You know, so even between 18, you're not supposed to be doing it anyway, because it's against the law in a lot of the countries. Now, it might be changing now. You know, women can get married. I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard women 14 years old in Hawaii don't need consent from their parents to get married. You know, something like that. But some states, you know, these old, maybe down south, you know, you can go to jail for having sex with a girl under 18. So it's like, you're not supposed to be doing it anyway, you know. But what I'm saying is, don't do it, because if you don't do it, you don't know what it feels like, so you're not missing anything. And it's just like reading a book. watching these movies and stuff, these superhero movies, and you can have all these fantasies, but you're not gonna run out there and jump off a building, and trying to fly. You're not gonna do that. So it's the same thing about sex. If you're not doing it, don't worry about it. If you want to do it, you learn as much as you can because you want to have the knowledge, the experience to do it anywhere and everywhere with the baddest women. And some women might not look good, but like in Japan lately, I've seen a lot of women who just don't really look that good. Maybe, and they got maybe they don't, not because they're not wearing makeup or anything, but they don't have that feminine look in their faces, but they got these big old chests. And I'll just see it. I'm like, I see some of them, but I'm like, wow, I see these girls with these feminine faces and stuff that's just like, oh, cute and stuff, just small. Then you see these other ones that just big. You're like, what in the world is that? Like a lot of these older women in Japan, 50, 60 years old, walk around these big old chests, and then now these girls coming up now, they all smiling like, wait, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's a trip. So basically, I run off the mouth, and I got low batteries, 20%. I've been talking too much. So all I'm saying is that you're young, stay in the house, study, because it's only gonna do good. Because guess what? You're not gonna be young forever. You're gonna, and what I mean is you're not gonna be a dependent on your parents forever. I mean, some people still are. They old, but the law says you don't supposed to do it till you're 18. So don't. Okay, don't risk getting in trouble. Okay, but when you get in trouble, now it's profitable for kids to get in trouble and get tossed in jail. It's a new economical thing. And so don't get caught up. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying just don't have sex, but what is sex all about anyway? I mean, tell me, please, somebody, tell me, what is sex all about anyway? And if somebody could tell me what sex is really all about, and I'm gonna really break it down to me, I'd be really impressed. I would be, because I really don't know what it's all about anyway. I can understand the feelings, and maybe I'm not eating the right herbs and stuff, and I'll be some fine women, and they make me feel good and stuff like that. But when you finish and all that energy gone, I'm like, and maybe that's it. Maybe when you finish, you're not supposed to feel all exhausted and stuff. You still supposed to have all this energy, still, or whatever. I'm not really sure, but that's not even the point. I don't even care. The whole thing is I want you brothers to understand this. In the United States, there are only a few of us. Less than 10% of us? 13% last time I checked years ago. I don't know how many black people are in the United States, but we are very, 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 very small percentage of the United States. And yet they say we're doing all the major crimes. Sure, we're doing a lot of major crimes against ourselves, but there are a lot of billionaire black people. There are a lot of millionaire black people in the United States. There's only a few of us. If them people would just educate us, educate the young, and talk to them and help them, then we can get up out of our problems that we have. But it's not their responsibility, and they have the right not to do it. So our parents should be the one telling us what to do. But if your parents don't understand because they're too whatever, then I'm telling you what to do. Stay in the house, study. Tell your parents if they're watching TV, tell them to study too. Get on their things, stop worrying about it, and study. Tell your mom, listen, mom, if you want you a good man, you got to study. She said, what do I need to study? I said, because when you're having sex, what are you supposed to be doing anyway? What is this? You really can't talk to your parents about that. Why don't you travel? Why won't you date other black men in other countries? Why don't you have friends in other countries? Why don't you this? Why don't you that? You say, why don't you? I said, Mom, the whole thing is, the more information that you have, the better chances of you doing the things that you want to do is fine. Don't worry about me anymore, mother. Okay? This strange guy named Jess 350 JPN,